This week we broke the news that a convicted killer once serving life without parole could have his conviction vacated because he was 17 when he was sentenced as an adult.
It's a scenario that prosecutors say is rocking the legal system in Kern County following the passing of Prop 57 in 2016. 17's Olivia Lavoie joins us with more. Olivia.
Well, Kristen, punishments for juveniles convicted of murder has long been a hot topic in Kern County. But whether you think juvenile killers should be treated the same as someone 18 or older or not, prosecutors say it's possible many murder sentences imposed on teens will become much lighter or be stripped away completely. It was the Kern County crime of the decade. In 1992, 48-year-old Robert Courtney brutally murdered a Kern County health inspector, her husband, and her mother, all over a simple citation to the slumlord. Courtney ultimately killed himself during a fiery shootout with law enforcement. As Bakersfield mourned the horrific triple murder, something about Courtney's past was revealed. It wasn't the first time he'd killed 3 people at once. At age 13, he killed his mother, sister, and brother. This sparked lots of conversation about whether some juvenile offenders should ever be let out. Prior to 2016, state prosecutors had the right to decide if a juvenile's crime and background should be handled in adult court. But with the passing of Proposition 57, that decision now has to be made by a judge in juvenile court. This is where cases like that of Jesse Perez come into play. At age 17, Perez was convicted of the murder of 19-year-old Salvador Gandaria, as well as a whole other slew of felonies, including 3 counts of attempted murder, arson, and robbery. He was sentenced to life, but now 10 years later, a juvenile court judge may have to set him free. The judge can decide that it was appropriate for Perez to be tried as an adult back in 2010, or he can decide that the 17-year-old should have been treated as just that, and order the case to be retried in juvenile court. If he picks the latter, prosecutors say Perez will be released immediately because he's 28 years old and juvenile defendants can't be held past age 26. This same situation is playing out in the murder case of Dorothy Sessions, a crime investigators have called a burglary gone wrong. Prosecutors say the 81-year-old didn't know her killers. They broke in so they could burglarize her home, not knowing she was also home. The teens convicted of her 2010 murder were serving a life sentence, but could also be released almost immediately if the judge finds the then 15-year-old Katila Nash, her then 17-year-old sister Angelique Nash, and the then 17-year-old David Moses should have all been tried as juveniles, not adults. Now, as of January 1st, there will be other significant changes to potentially a huge number of Kern County murder convictions due to new legislation. We'll be bringing you in-depth coverage on that soon, but for now, in studio, I'm Olivia Lavoie, 17 News.